That's Beneyam Belye Demte, a teenage superstar from Ethiopia that created football history. The youngest ever national team player in his country. His dream, the Bundesliga. And that's me. The guy with the cam who wants to follow Beneyam in his attempt to live his dream. So I'm heading to Ethiopia, the footballing terra incognita in East Africa. Not for the first time. I went there before, when Beneyam was a 16-year-old talented youth player in Addis, the capital.
My name is Beneyam Belye. I am midfielder, of course, he's goalkeeper.
Beneyam was living in a dorm for talented youth athletes, 450 kilometers away from his hometown, Dire Dawa. Quite privileged in his own room. When he wasn't on the pitch, he was making a little money as a construction worker to support his family back home. Even back then, I saw the kid is something special, and I mean really special. That's the man who introduced us, Joachim Fickert, aka the German coach.
Ignore this guy there. This is a German guy, German TV. So he wants to see the talents, the future of Ethiopia. But don't regard. Look at Beneyam.
Joachim Fickert also told me that Beneyam has an EU visa and is looking for trials in Germany. And that he doesn't have an agent yet. So what if he also changes my life completely by having me as his agent? Is there a wealthy and glamorous future ahead of me? Back down to earth in Addis. Instead of the expected heat, rain. 2.5 years later, we meet again. During our traditional Ethiopian greeting, I noticed a change. It seems that he has hit the gym quite often the last year.
I will go to Germany. I will see professional clubs. I have to fight to be professional player, the first professional player for Ethiopia.
When it comes to football, Ethiopia is a strange country. Although they have the second largest population in Africa, they rarely qualify for the Africa Cup. They are famous for their runners, but also mad about football. But no homegrown player has ever made it to a professional European league. Beneyam is being watched by many clubs who are offering serious money. But on the final match day, he couldn't showcase his skills.
It's happened when I'm dribbled. Two of them, they came and like chips. But it's a little bit my back pain. The pain is come slowly, but it's painful. Then I didn't finish the match.
From the bench, he watched his club CBE lose to champions St. George. A goal in overtime sends Beneyam's squad to the second division. An emotional moment, and I'm happy he was substituted before it happened. But you know, Bini is a pretty tough guy. The next day, the relegation has already been forgotten. Bini is now the most wanted midfielder in Ethiopia, but he's hungry for more.
So I want to play first in Germany. Then I have to see the other options. But for myself, I need to play Germany. This is starting point.
Let's go. We pack our things and go on a journey. Out to fulfill Beneyam's dream. A challenge that takes him 5,500 kilometers from home. On the 27th of June, we arrived in Frankfurt. Although Bini had a proper visa, there was some trouble at the passport control. They told us about Brazilians trying to get into the country with faked invitations by clubs. But then, the guy with the cam ended the thing. Beneyam received a real invitation from second division squad Dynamo Dresden. We had to take the train to get there. Throughout our journey, the deeply religious Bini was kind of praying most of the time. After 20 hours of traveling, we reached Dresden. But no one was waiting at the platform for us, because Thomas, the guy supposed to pick us up, was a little late. Very un-German in Bini's opinion.
Beneyam, do you speak English?
Yeah.
Okay, great. Good to know. Welcome to Dresden.
Yeah, thank you.
It was obvious that Thomas didn't expect that much luggage. But after that, everything was quick and well organized. An hour later, Beneyam Belye Demte appeared for the first time in the official kit of Dynamo Dresden at the training ground, full of belief, focus and youthful energy. But I was so tired at that moment, so I decided to go home to my wife and my lovely kids. But that was a mistake. Not as a family man, but as a cameraman. Because in a friendly match the next day, he scored his first goal on German soil.
I make training with the team. It's good. I play one match with the team. We won the match, and I made a goal. It was nice.
I was present at the next friendly match, but others scored. And no Beneyam on the pitch. What happened?
In the first match it's happened. I feel pain when I finish the match. Then 2 days, almost 3 days in the treatment. No training, massage only. Today I was finished the treatment. I went into the doctor. The doctor say everything is good. I will start tomorrow with my teammate training.
Time for a little sightseeing in Dresden. And of course Beneyam is into the historical churches. He seems impressed by the beauty of the city. It appears that he's already living the dream. With excellent food, room service in a first-class hotel, and a big black limousine that chauffeurs him to the training. He's focused on making this a permanent lifestyle. Watching Bini in training sessions, I notice a tendency to, let's say, he's trying a little bit too hard. At Dynamo, they have a rule. You have to speak German. But will they make an exception for Bini? After a short layoff due to injury, he's back in training. How is he doing? I don't know. Because at the moment, Beneyam is almost never responding to my messages, which leaves me annoyed. Really annoyed, and then I found out why.
They are writing me a lot of message, WhatsApp, Skype, Instagram. But it's difficult to answer for all.
How many messages?
It's a lot, I think, from 200. Yeah, it's a lot.
The most important thing for trialists are friendlies. And in the next trial against Czech First Division team Slovan Liberec, Beneyam does not play in the first half. When he comes on, he shows his class in only one situation. A little bit less rushed here, he could assist for the 1-1. Make a difference and maybe convince Dynamo's sporting director. After the game, I asked the coach, will Dresden sign the boy?
Geht die Reise für ihn weiter? Oder was
ja, aber dann machen wir dann, wenn es soweit ist, wenn wir eine Entscheidung getroffen haben, dann werden wir sicherlich eine Auskunft geben. Ja. Aber zwischendurch immer heute ja, morgen nein, das macht ja wenig Sinn, oder?
Stimmt, ja.
And while Beneyam is doing public relations with the fans, I have a meeting with someone who has an eye on Bini. An interesting guy, Alfred Manet, a player's agent from Albania, who has been close to the inner circle of football for years.
If it's not working out here, will you try to do something for him? Did you check up anything? Is there any options for him?
Yes, it is. And he have an offer from Albanian, from one Albanian team. In Albanian is easy for him because it's not the quality from the matches is not so strong like the Bundesliga too, because this football is more easy, more with the ball.
Together we go on a night out in Dresden's old city center. Alfred invites us and orders the best of everything. Most of the time it's all just small talk. Still, it's pretty obvious that Alfred wants to lure Bini to Albania.
But Albania wasn't really Beneyam's dream destination.
No, he has high hopes that Dynamo will sign him. Or first take him to their pre-season training camp. Which happens 2 days later. Bini's first time in Bavaria, where he sends me one of his rare video messages.
Hello, once more, I'm Bini. We are now in the training camp. Tomorrow we have once more training, then we will prepare for coming our match to Stuttgart. So for now it's enough. Ciao, bye-bye.
The friendly between Stuttgart and Dresden will be shown live on German TV. But will Bini play? My son Johnny's hunch is right. Bini starts on the bench. We see him pitch side just for a few seconds. There he is. Bini's first run out live on German TV. Johnny finds the match a bit boring without him, despite Dresden's spectacular winner. I want to find out why Beneyam didn't play. So I head to Bad Gögging in beautiful Bavaria. When I arrive, the players are doing some team building, rafting on the river Danube. The atmosphere seems relaxed, but I'm getting some strange vibes.
I had the feeling that there was something cooking.
What position you finish?
Bini seems as laid back as ever, but there's something fishy going on. Then Bini's old mentor from Ethiopia shows up, German coach Achim Fickert. It means a decision must be close.
So I went out with the German coach for a couple of decent Bavarian beers, and he told me
that Beneyam's chances to get a contract are not too good anymore. Dresden coach Uwe Neuhaus says that only one thing could change his mind: goals, goals, goals. That means Bini has to deliver in the last friendly of the training camp. And he does. With Dresden 2-0 behind against 3rd Division Unterhaching, Bini scores. First in the 46th minute, and then a minute later with a nicely taken equalizer. A done deal, surely.
the shock came the next morning, Sunday morning.
Early Sunday, I got a call from Dynamo chief scout Christian Walter asking me if I can pick up Bini in Berlin. What's the story?
Ja, im Prinzip ist es so, dass wir uns dagegen entschieden haben, einfach auch dem Jungen zuliebe. Im Prinzip sind wir als Verein noch nicht so gewachsen, dass wir die Strukturen haben, ihn jetzt wirklich deutlich zu integrieren, angemessen zu integrieren, also ihm auch nicht sich selbst zu überlassen in dem schon harten Fußballgeschäft. Und deswegen haben wir uns einfach dann dagegen entschieden. Nicht aufgrund seiner Leistung, die er gebracht hat. Die war sehr ordentlich, hat sich sehr, sehr gut präsentiert. Er hat sich gut eingegliedert in die Mannschaft, hat ein super positives Bild hinterlassen.
But why the hell they needed 3 weeks to realize that?
Da muss ich natürlich auch erstmal akklimatisieren, ankommen, dann ein bisschen Gefühl kriegen und deswegen auch die 3 Wochen auch nochmal im Trainingslager zu sehen, um dann nicht letztendlich doch den Fehler zu gehen, dass man sagt, man entscheidet sich schon nach einer Woche und sagt, das ist nichts oder passt nicht für uns, sondern doch eher diesen tieferen Eindruck, weil er eben so gut war.
Dynamo Dresden felt they couldn't properly integrate him, although he was top scorer in pre-season. Can he still make his dream happen and become the first Ethiopian in the Bundesliga? There are no integration problems with my family, at least.
9.
The first thing Bini wanted to know the next day, what is the internet saying about Dresden not signing me?
But the club, they didn't write down anything.
Not yet.
Not yet.
They thought you're going to get a contract because of the 2 goals, you know? But the fans wanted you. 60% said they should sign you.
Yeah.
Germany's biggest newspaper broke the news. No contract for Bini.
But first, we had something to celebrate.
Johnny and Beneyam share a birthday on July 18. Bini is 19 and Johnny turns 4.
Oh. Good. Yeah. This is my gift. Do you like it? Yeah.
And while Beneyam is celebrating the rest of the day chatting to his family and friends in Ethiopia, Johnny is proving that he's a real party animal. The next day, we step up our efforts. Beneyam to stay topfit and me to find a club for him. And my task turns out to be the harder one. It's pretty confusing to see a young player with so much talent and commitment not being signed despite scoring a glut of goals in friendlies.
It's Nils Schmidt from Germany.
One reason could be clubs trying to reduce their squads and payrolls, but the clock is ticking. Beneyam's visa expires soon. Then I miss a call from an unknown number.
So I returned the call to the unknown caller, and Bini was back in the game.
Sebastian Schulze from the Soccer Nation agency says he has organized trials for him. So we take the train to Leipzig. But Leipzig is only the meeting point. Second division side Erzgebirge Aue are interested in Bini.
What is the name? I forgot. Aue, yes. Okay.
Aue may not be the most famous club, but as local rivals of Dresden, they are curious to see Bini. We are told by the sports agents.
How are you?
I'm fine.
Mein Name ist Sebastian Schulze, Geschäftsführer der Agentur Soccer Nation. Wir betreuen viele junge Spieler aus der 1., 2. und 3. Liga in Deutschland. Plan A ist jetzt, wir werden jetzt gemeinsam nach Aue fahren. Und die wollen sich den Jungen jetzt anschauen, 1, 2 Tage. Nach den 2 Tagen schauen, dass wir direkt nach Salzburg können, zur Red Bull Akademie. Ich hoffe natürlich, dass eine der beiden oder vielleicht sogar 3 Optionen zum erhofften Erfolg führt. Ja, dass wir eine Möglichkeit finden, für den Jungen sich hier zu integrieren. You're tired?
So will the agency manage to find a club for Bini and make his dream come true?
The Soccer Nation guys said they don't want me to film there.
And Bini's fate is not helped by a series of misunderstandings. It turns out Aue want a striker to help immediately, not a player for the future. And over in Salzburg, Austria, he's 2 years too old for the Red Bull Academy.
The next important question for him, how can I get to Albania?
Like how you want to do it. So what day directly you said from Cologne, but you're in Berlin, so we have to check it from Berlin, you know? Because how are you going to get to Cologne?
From here to Cologne, how many kilometers?
A lot.
From Berlin to Cologne?
Yeah.
A lot?
Yeah, 600 or something.
Yeah?
Yeah, it's quite far. We're in the east, it's in the west.
He's crazy, so I will go to Cologne.
The day before his EU visa expired, Bini caught a plane to Albania.
And a few days later, his agent Alfred gave me a call with good news. Beneyam just signed a contract with Skanderbeu Kocha.
Bini is now wearing red and white. He signed a 3-year contract with the Albanian club Skanderbeu KF.
After returning from my holidays, I'm taking the first plane to Albania. I don't know much about Albanian football, but Skanderbeu sounds like an interesting team. In 2015, the club became the first Albanian side to reach the playoff round of the Champions League. They lost to Dynamo Zagreb and dropped into the Europa League, but were still the first Albanian team to qualify for the group stages of a UEFA competition. Now Skanderbeu have a chance to repeat that success. And again, they face Dynamo Zagreb. After a 1-1 draw in Croatia, a goalless draw would be enough to make Skanderbeu's dream come true. Defense comes first, meaning few chances for our young forward Bini.
I think the extra time must be over now, but I don't understand that it's going on.
After 96 minutes, they are through, 0-0. Watch out, Europe, Skanderbeu are coming. I meet Bini in the stadium's parking lot. He didn't get on the pitch, but making his first squad for a European match is a big achievement. The fans love their African players. Since Skanderbeu started integrating African talents like Bini and his Gambian roommate Ali Sowe, the provincial team has improved its fortunes. After a 30 minutes delay, we are heading to the players' party at an exclusive club.
The players' party at Tirana's IT place Dada was definitely not cheap. It came close to my imagination of the exclusive world of being a professional footballer.
Ali and Bini avoid alcohol, so they are fit the next morning. We have an important appointment at Albania's public TV station. Only Alfred seems like he's not 100% fit for the cameras. The station is doing a special on Albania's first Ethiopian player and his journey to the land of the Skipetars.
Lojtari Ethiopian is Skanderbeu, so how can we call you? Your name?
You can say Beneyam.
We say always Demte.
Unë quhem Beneyam, por më të më thërisni edhe Demte.
Okay.
It's also interesting how Alfred describes his job as a player agent.
Më shumë është hobi.
I came first like I told before 2.5 years ago.
It was a strange experience to be interviewed and to be dubbed in Albanian.
During the 3 days off in Albania's capital Tirana, Bini spent his time doing nothing but eating and sleeping.
I am traveling to Germany and I was testing 3 weeks Dynamo Dresden and Augsburg hour next, then I went Salzburg. It was very hard, you know, I didn't get break, but to be professional player and to see your goal and to see my future to do best, I have to challenge this.
Important is that he is the first player from Ethiopian. They sign in Europe in one club from Europe, and he is the first. He was with 16 years with the national team, and now he's the second record. He is the first player in Europe.
from Ethiopian.
And Europa League is the third one.
Yeah.
Bini seems happy in Albania. Skanderbeu will give him time to adapt. He's making good money and his chance of playing in the Europa League grows. Following Alfred to Albania looks like it was the right move.
We're done.
Is it religious again?
No, it's hip-hop music.